Hi guys, welcome back to another Fraser Virtual Museum video. My name is Melinda. I'm a teaching artist and historical interpreter here. And today I'm in the Lewis and Clark exhibit. This is part 3 of Tales from the Trail, which features many different stories from Native American cultures that Lewis and Clark would have encountered on their trip. One of the last tribes that they met up with was named the Nez Perce. And the Nez Perce were incredibly important to their journey. Once they crossed the Rocky Mountains and finally reached the Pacific coast, they stayed with the Nez Perce Nation, led by a man named Chief Twisted Hair. Chief Twisted Hair was described as an honest and jovial gentleman in Lewis's diary, which is another way of saying he was a really fun, nice, welcoming guy. He seemed to be in good spirits. And so one of the talents the Nez Perce had that Chief Twisted Hair shared with them was how to make these dugout canoes. Dugout means you use the trunk of one solid tree to make this big, huge canoe that's useful for fishing and other trade, for example. So 2 of Chief Twisted Hair's sons actually took Lewis out into the woods to show him which trees would be the best to cut down for this purpose. Another important moment when they were staying with the Nez Perce involves Sacagawea, who we mentioned before in part 2. Sacagawea was a young woman who traveled with Lewis and Clark on their journey, and she was responsible for the success of a lot of things on their journey, but one of the primary talents that she had was talking to other people. She spoke Shoshone, Hidatsa, a little French, maybe a little English, and she also knew hand signing, which a lot of nations use to help communicate. Even if you don't know the other nation's language, you can still ask for directions or trade, for example. So Sacagawea helped them interpret for the Nez Perce tribe, and they ended up staying with them for about a month before they crossed the Rocky Mountains again, waiting for the snow to melt to make their journey easier. Because remember, once they reached the coast, they had to turn back around and go all the way home. So this is a story from the Nez Perce Nation that they might have heard sitting around the campfire. A long time ago, there was no moon. The people got tired of going around at night and bumping into things, so they gathered together to talk about it. "We need a moon," the people said. "Who will be the moon?" "I'll do it," said Yellow Fox. So they placed him up in the sky. But he shone so brightly that he made things hot at night, so they had to take him down. Then the people went to Coyote. "Would you like to be the moon? Do you think you could do a better job than Yellow Fox?" "I sure would," Coyote said, and he smiled. He knew that if he became the moon, he could look down and see everything that was happening on Earth. So they placed Coyote up in the sky, and he didn't make the nights too hot or too bright, and for a time, the people were pleased. "Coyote's doing a good job as the moon," they all agreed. But Coyote, up there in the sky, could look down and see everything that was happening on Earth. He could see whenever someone did something they were not supposed to do, and he just couldn't keep quiet about it. "Hey, hey!" he would shout so loudly that everyone else on Earth could hear him. "Hey, that man is stealing meat from the drying racks. Hey, hey! That woman is cheating at the moccasin game." Finally, all the people who wished to do things in secret got together. "Take Coyote out of the sky," they whispered. "He's making too much noise." So Coyote was taken out of the sky. Someone else became the moon. Coyote could no longer see what everyone else on Earth was doing, but that hasn't stopped him from snooping into everyone else's business ever since. Dah-neh-ho, which means that is all. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed what you saw, share it with your friends and stay tuned every single day on the Virtual Museum page on our website. You can also check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be making posts every day. So thanks again for watching and have a good day. Bye. Okay, so now it's time for your activity. What I'd like you to do is go online and see if you can find which Native American nations live or have lived where you are today. So if you live in Kentucky, I can give you a head start. One of the nations out of many is the Cherokee Nation. They live in what is now modern-day Kentucky, North Carolina, and Tennessee. So let us know if you happen to look up a specific nation and give us something that you discovered today. Maybe it was how to say a word in the Cherokee language. Maybe it was a recipe that you could try with some of the ingredients already in your pantry at home. Let us know what you discover, and stay tuned for more Native American history.